Easyjet Zulu Golf, request taxi.
Easyjet Zulu Golf, taxi to hold point Juliet 4 via Lima, Sierra and Juliet.
Taxi holding point Juliet 4 via Lima, Sierra and Juliet. Easyjet Zulu Golf.
Good afternoon, Bowling 1 Papa November at Juliet.
Bowling 1 Papa November, go ground slow, Gatwick taxi stand 11 via Juliet.
Stand 11 via Juliet, Bowling 1 Papa November, thank you.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Gatwick ground, Easy 8627, request push and start. Easy 8627, after a Vueling A320, passes from your left to right behind you on Juliet. Stand 28, push and start approved, face west. After A320, push and start approved, face west, Easy 8627.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
If you are sitting in the front row or next to an exit, you must put all your bags in the overhead
Passengers
lockers.
boarding starting.
Smoking is not allowed at any time. This includes vapes and other e-cigarettes. The crew are in the cabin to help you.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Welcome on board.
Locking gear.
May I see your boarding pass?
Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So today, as you've probably noticed, we're doing a flight to Porto in Portugal. So it's the first time we've ever flown to Porto,
Good evening.
and we're certainly looking forward to it. So we're meant to be kicking off at 19:30, a couple of minutes ahead of schedule. So what we'll do, we'll go through the operational flight plan. So let's jump into the sim, and we'll go into the operational flight plan for today's flight.
Hello.
So we're at stand 5, 6, 7 at Gatwick.
Gatwick ground, good evening. Griffin 7, Juliet Whiskey, is that grade 3?
We've got a cost index today of 28. We're in the A319, the Easyjet A319. Flight level is 370 as our cruise.
Obvic 2 Zulu departure, walk 2157.
You're welcome, take care.
Zero fuel weight is 50.4 tons. Takeoff weight of 58.1. Landing weight of 53.5. We're expecting a runway 08 right departure, info 1 Zulu departure, standard instrument departure. Our star is a Lixik 3 Tango, expecting a runway 17 for landing, 850 nautical mile distance. Flight time is 2 hours and 6 minutes. So nearly about 2 hours 30 time from stand to stand. 8 tons of fuel required this evening. It gives a little bit of contingency fuel as well. So,
65 Romeo, contact London Control 13.
so we'll have a look at the routing. So here we are at Gatwick. So we can probably guess we're going to be Quebec Alpha, Lima, Sierra, all the way down to Juliet. We have planned to take off at Golf if required. As you can see, there's a lot of ATC online at the minute, so hopefully we'll be able to. And as we track down, so we come down the top of Spain and then out to Portugal.
Zulu and Whiskey.
There was ATC online when we first booked the flight, but there's no
Okay.
ATC at the moment.
Via Juliet, Zulu and
Over the Bay of Biscay, and then top of Spain, and then inbound to
May I see your boarding pass?
lovely Portugal. As you can see, we have got a little bit of turbulent area, particularly a little bit of turbulence around the field. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Hopefully it shouldn't be anything too challenging. So then, let's jump back into the cockpit. We're all set up, ready to go in fairness. We've got fuel loading as we speak. Passengers are also aboard. 150 passengers on today's flight.
Hello.
And everything's all set up already.
Easy 8 to Zulu Golf, contact Gatwick Tower, 124.230, bye-bye.
Tower 124.230, Easy 8 Zulu Golf, bye bye.
See ya.
So we've got tower frequency also online, and I presume Gatwick Direct is also online. Let's have a look. Oh no, not Gatwick Direct, it's actually London Control. After departure we'll be able to London Control at the moment. Let's see how we get on. Unfortunately, it's not a great day we can do. We can have a quick walk around the aircraft. Actually, it might be a bit noisy, I do apologise. See, we've got fuel going in at the moment.
Gatwick ground business 7 gate 347 start.
Griffin 7 Zulu Whiskey, stand 3-4 push and start approved, wait, north.
Push and start from facing north, Griffin 7 Zulu Whiskey.
Gatwick ground, Easy 8627, request taxi to the runway.
Easy 8627, taxi on point Juliet 4, via Juliet.
Taxi to holding point Juliet 4 via Juliet, Easy 8627.
So guys, we'll hopefully get on our way in a second. If you're new to the stream, feel free to say hello in the chat. We can have a bit of a chat on our way. Maybe a little bit quiet just while we're taxiing out and then to approach, but we can have a good chat on the cruise. So initial climb is 4,000 feet. There are a few restrictions actually on the Info 1 Zulu. Speed restrictions are not above 220 knots initially for the first couple of turns. We'll just keep an eye on that, make sure we don't exceed that on the way. Like I say, we're still getting passengers on now. What will be 62 passengers. Still refueling at the moment. We see them over this side. Let's have a. And then after, we're just waiting for the loaders. The loaders are waiting for the refuelers to finish. Got another Easyjet aircraft to the right hand side of us. Gatwick is very busy. There's about 10 other aircraft here at the moment as well. We're just waiting for these guys to finish. Once these guys are finished, we'll get on our way. So auto FPS does seem to be making some form of difference at the moment with regards to. Oh no, wrong button there. So then guys, let's get on our way in a minute. So, refueling's complete. See what sounds can come on. We'll just go and have a quick look, see what's going on with the refuelers here. And then there you go, it's just getting everything disconnected now. Obviously the baggage loaders are going on. I'm not a big fan of these baggage system, to be honest. I much prefer the individual bags going on onto the belt. For some reason GSX loves the containers. If anyone knows how to change that, feel free to let me know.
Gatwick ground, Tom Jet 59 Mike,
At stand 112, requesting radio check.
I'm Jet 5, none of Mike. Gatwick ground, hello, readability 5, how do you read me?
Reading you, readability 5.
Thank you.
So we're just waiting for the refueler to disappear, and then we can get these other guys in. There we go. Now we're talking. So just jump back in. So QNH still 1019. So it's just gonna have a quick look at the latest status which we requested. Let's show you guys. So Gatwick information is Alpha, time 1750, runway news is 08 right, transition level 70. Surface wind is 070 degrees at 11 knots kVk. Temperature is +16. Dew point is +3. QNH 1019. Ground is open to make contact with 121885. And receipt of information Alpha and aircraft type on first contact. So there we go. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Just getting ourselves set up, ready for departure. We've got 102 passengers out of 150.
Griffin 7, Juliet Whiskey, request taxi.
Griffin 7, Juliet Whiskey, taxi, 1 point Juliet 4.
So, cockpit preparation checklist. Steer pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 8 tons. Seatbelt on, it is. Are all set to nav. BRF is 1019 on all three. So what's everyone up to this evening? Are we just chilling out, or what are we all up to?
Please take your seats as quickly as you can and leave room in the aisle for others to pass.
So it's our third flight of the day actually. It's unusual for me to do 3 in a day, but done a couple of short ones and now we're doing a longer one.
Overhead lockers. If you are sitting in the front row or next to an exit, you must put all your bags in the overhead lockers. Smoking is not allowed at any time. This includes
EGKK 627, contact Gatwick Tower, 124.230, bye-bye.
So what we could do is request our clearance.
124.308, easy 8627, bye-bye.
We'll go from there.
EGKK 627, just confirm 124.230.
124.230.
Thanks, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
So then we'll request our clearance. Gatwick ground, very good evening. These are 97 Tango's with you on stand 567. We're an Airbus A319. Information Alpha on board to request an IR4 to Porto, please.
Easy 97 Tango, Gatwick ground. Hello, clear Porto. Inver 1 Zulu departure. Squawk 3535. QNH 1019.
Clear to Porto on the Info 1 Zulu departure, squawking 3535 and QNH is 1019 at AC 97 Tango.
Easy 97 Tango, correct.
Wonderful. That's all in. Everything that we've expected. We've got the Info 1 Zulu departure here, as you can see. Just make sure we've got them speed restrictions as well. Make sure the speed restriction 220 is in there. So then peeps will get ourselves going shortly. Just like I said, we're just waiting for the rest of the refuelers. So front loads of bags are in, we've got another 2 crates in the back to go. A nice TUI aircraft next to us there.
14764, radio check.
Conjure 4764, Gatwick ground. Hello, readability 5. How do you read me?
So then, where are we getting on here? Just waiting for the last couple of bags. Our passengers are virtually on there. So if we're happy, what we'll do is we'll start the APU. I'm confused about what's going on there though. APU start. So last box is going in. So hopefully we'll get a...
Cabin ground, good evening, Easy 461 Golf is with you on Charlie, hold short, Juliet.
Easy 461 Golf, Gatwick ground, hello, welcome to Gatwick, taxi stand 562, via Juliet, Quebec, Lima and Quebec Alpha.
AP's available.
Stand 562 via Juliet, Quebec, Lima and Quebec Alpha, Easy 461 Golf.
So we've got 6 minutes to go into our slot, but hopefully we'll get out a little bit earlier.
Gatwick ground, Easy 985 at stand 35, Airbus A320, requesting IFR clearance to Edinburgh, information Alpha.
Easy 985, Gatwick ground, hello, cleared Edinburgh. Lambourne 1 Zulu departure, squawk 0766, QNH 1019.
A special welcome to our EGKK Plus cardholders. If you would like to know more about this service.
Cleared by the Lamb 1 Zulu departure, squawking 0766, QNH 1019. Easy 985.
Join you very shortly.
Easy 985, correct.
I'm working very hard.
Griffin 7 Juliet Whiskey, contact Gatwick Tower. 124.230. Bye-bye.
So then we're going to request our push.
Contact tower at 124230, Griffin 7 Juliet Whiskey.
Gatwick ground, Easy 97 Tango is ready for push and start.
Easy 97 Tango, stand 567, push and start approved, face south.
Push start approved, facing south, Easy 97 Tango. Full start checklist, parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds and thrusts 139, 139, 142. Thrust of 68%. Windows closed, beacon is on. Continue push. I want to face south and Quebec Alpha.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brakes released, you're clear to push.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Start sequence 2, then 1 starting number 2.
We're now going to take you through the safety features of this aircraft. Please pay attention to the illuminated signs and crew instructions. The location of the emergency exits is shown on the safety card and is demonstrated by the crew. Please make sure you know where your nearest exits are. They may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit.
Gatwick ground, Tom Jet 59 Mike at stand 112 with information Alpha type 737-800 requesting IFR clearance to Barcelona.
Fastened by lifting the top of the buckle. It must be fastened when the seatbelt sign is on.
Flaps
and
1.
we suggest you keep it fastened whenever you're in your seat.
I'll get 5 on Mike. Gatwick ground is shortly closing, so stand by 1 moment and you can get your clearance from tower.
Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
Okay, we'll wait and get clearance from tower. Tom Jet 59 Mike.
And breathe normally.
All stations, Gatwick ground is now closing. Gatwick ground is now closing. Contact Gatwick Tower 124.230 for further ATC. Gatwick ground is now closing. Contact Gatwick.
Into your seats. Remove it from the pouch and put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together.
Yeah, it appears London controls have also gone offline.
Strap to adjust. You must not inflate your life jacket until you're outside. Once outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle. If it doesn't inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. The crew can help you with life jackets for children.
Please set parking brakes.
Brake safety cleared to
Please
disconnect.
look at the safety card in your seat pocket before takeoff.
Flight control check.
It
Pull up.
contains important safety
Pull
information specific to this aircraft,
Neutral.
such as the brace position
Pull left.
and operation of the exits.
Pull right.
Please now
Neutral.
close
Rudder.
your seat table,
Pull left.
put the armrest down,
Pull right.
open the window
Neutral.
blinds,
Gatwick Tower,
fasten
Tom
your
Jet
seatbelt.
59 Mike at stand 112 with information Alpha type 737-800 requesting IFR clearance to Barcelona, please.
Unlocking gear.
Tom Jet 59 Mike, Gatwick Tower, hello. Stand by, I will call you back.
Okay, stand by. We'll call you. You will call us back, Tom Jet 59 Mike.
Tow truck
All stations on the ground. CPE DLC is now available.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Easy 8627, no further ATC available. Over to Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
122.8, easy 8627, bye-bye.
Gatwick Tower EC97 Tango is ready for taxi.
Easy 97 Tango, roger, hold position, I'll call you back.
Hold a position EC97 Tango.
Griffin 7 Juliet Whiskey via Juliet 1, line up runway 08 right.
Line up and wait, runway 08 right, Griffin 7 Juliet Whiskey.
Don't know where his landing gear's gone, but there we go. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So we're just getting ready for our taxi clearance. Just waiting.
Tom Jet 59 Mike, I have your clearance ready to copy.
Tom Jet 59 Mike, ready to copy.
Tom Jet 59 Mike, cleared Barcelona, Seaford 4 Zulu departure, squawk 7274.
Gatwick Tower, Tom Jet 59 Mike is cleared via this SID 4 departure, squawking 7274.
Tom Jet 59 Mike, confirm Seaford 4 Zulu departure.
Seaford Zulu 4 departure, Tom Jet 59 Mike, sorry about that.
59 Mike, no worries, I've confirmed it over text anyway. Reback is correct, report when ready. Break, Griffin 7 Juliet Whiskey, surface wind 070 degrees at 11 knots, runway 08 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 08 right, Griffin 7 Juliet Whiskey.
Easy 97 Tango, taxi Quebec Alpha Lima Sierra, hold short Juliet.
Taxi Quebec Alpha Lima Sierra, hold short Juliet, Easy 97 Tango.
Tom Jet Force 764, information
Bravo
requesting I4 clearance to Innsbruck.
After start checklist as well, we forgot about that. Anti-ass not required, decam status checked, rudder pitch trim 0.8 up, rudder trim neutral.
Tom Jet 4764 Gatwick Tower, hello, stand by, I'll call you back.
Gatwick Tower, hello, Tom Jet 5514 767-400, stand 371019 Bravo, on board, clearance please to somewhere in Greece.
Tom Jet 5514 Gatwick Tower, hello, stand by, I'll call you back, in number 2.
Taxi checklist, flight controls, flap setting, conf 1 plus F radar, predictive wind shear system is on and auto, engine mode selector is norm.
Tom Jet 4764
memo,
Gatwick
take off
Tower.
no blue.
Griffin 7 Juliet Whiskey, no further ATC available, over to Unicom 122.8, have a safe flight, bye-bye.
Unicom 4 for the 22.8, Griffin 7 Juliet Whiskey, thank you.
Tomjet 4764, I've sent you a reroute via text.
So right here onto Lima, then onto Sierra, all the way down to the bottom, and then onto Sierra.
Gatwick Tower, good evening, Golf Foxtrot, Oscar Papa Papa. A Lancer on the South Maintenance Area with information Bravo 1019, requesting a clearance to Jersey.
Golf Foxtrot, Oscar Papa Papa, Gatwick Tower,
That
hello.
sounds clear.
Just confirm IFR to Jersey.
Affirm, sir, IFR, Golf Papa Papa.
Golf Papa Papa, roger, stand by. Tomjet 5514, Gatwick Tower.
Tomjet 5514.
Tomjet 5514, cleared to Chania.
Hello,
Odvik to Zulu departure, squawk 7026.
Thank you.
We're cleared to the place in Greece on the Odvik to Zulu departure, squawk 7026, Tomjet 5514.
Tomjet 5514, correct.
Gatwick Tower, EG985, stand 35, requesting pushback and engine stop.
Easy 985, Gatwick Tower, hello. Stand 35, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, EG985.
Gatwick ground, Tomjet 59 Mike, ready for push and start at stand 121. Sorry, 112.
So now left onto Sierra, and then hold short of Juliet is the current instruction.
Gatwick Tower, Tom Jet 59 Mike at stand 112, ready for push and start.
Tomjet 59 Mike, stand 112, push and start approved, face west.
Push and start approved, face west, Tom Jet 59 Mike.
Gatwick Tower, good evening, Church 75, radio check please.
Circus 75, Gatwick Tower, hello, readability 5.
Thank you, Turkish 75. Stand number 10 and information Bravo on board. Type Airbus A319, request IFR clearance to Edinburgh Airport.
Circus 75, roger, stand by, I'll call you back, your number 2.
Roger, stand by Turkish 75.
So then, let's just get this out.
Gatwick Tower, speedbird 5 kilo whiskey with you. On localizer, ILS 08 right. Gatwick Tower, speedbird 5 kilo whiskey with you.
Easy 97 Tango, apologies for the delay. Taxi right Juliet, hold Juliet 1 for runway 08 right.
Right, Juliet, hold Juliet 1, info 08, right, Easyjet, Tango.
Golf Foxtrot Oscar Papa Papa Gatwick Tower.
Go ahead, Golf Papa Papa.
Golf Foxtrot Oscar Papa Papa, you are cleared to Jersey. After departure from runway 08 right, fly runway heading, climb to altitude 4,000 feet, and squawk will be 3764.
After departure 08 right, climb to 4,000 feet, squawking 3764, Golf Papa Papa.
Golf Papa Papa, correct. Engine start-up is approved. Report when ready for taxi.
Report, Golf Papa Papa. Tower, you've got an aircraft on approach which called you a couple of minutes ago.
Golf Papa Papa, I've got nothing on my radar.
Said it was on the localizer, sir.
Negative, I've got nothing.
Fine, thanks.
So we'll wait to Juliet 1, which is pretty much the last holding point.
Circuit 75, Gatwick Tower.
Circuit 75, please copy.
Circuit 75, cleared Edinburgh. Lambourne 1 Zulu, squawk 6471.
Circuit 75, cleared to Edinburgh, Lambourne 1 Zulu departure and squawk 6471.
Circuit 75, correct.
Thank you.
Sorry, Tower, Golf Papa Papa's ready to taxi and I can depart from Golf, sir.
Golf Papa Papa, roger. Taxi holding point Yankee 1 via Yankee.
Yankee to Yankee 1 and hold, Golf Papa Papa.
So then guys,
Gatwick Tower, Lufthansa, correction, Cathay
Andrew, seats for
A319,
departure,
with you, Airbus
please.
A350, at stand 54 Mike, information Bravo, request Alpha clearance to Hong Kong.
Cafe 831 Gatwick Tower, hello. Stand by, I'll call you back.
Stand by, Cathay 831.
Gatwick Tower, good evening. EC8723, stand 106, information Bravo 831, request clearance to Copenhagen, please.
Easy 8723 Gatwick Tower, hello. Expect clearance by PDC.
Roger, EC8723.
Gatwick Tower, ED985, stand 35, ready for taxi.
Easy 985, taxi Lima Sierra, hold short Juliet.
Lima Sierra, hold short Juliet, ED985.
That's Juliet 5.
Golf Papa Papa's Yankee 1.
Golf Papa Papa, roger. Via Yankee 1, cross runway 08 right, then taxi Charlie, hold short Juliet.
Cross runway 08 right, taxi Charlie, hold Juliet, Golf Papa Papa.
Easy 985, change of plan, taxi Lima Papa Kilo, hold, correction, Lima Papa Kilo Quebec, hold short Juliet.
Landing checklist,
Lima,
take a
Papa,
confirm
Kilo, hold
08
short, Quebec,
right
ED985.
by Juliet 1. TKST R8, what packs 1 and 2 both off?
Cafe 831, expect clearance via PDC.
Expect clearance via PDC, Cathay 831.
Easy 97 Tango via Juliet 1, line up runway 08 right.
Line up 08 right, Easy 97 Tango.
Golf Papa Papa's Juliet.
Gatwick Tower, Tomjet 59 Mike is ready to taxi. Gatwick ground, Tomjet 59 Mike is ready to taxi.
Tomjet 59 Mike, roger, hold position. Gatwick ground, now online, contact them 121.805.
Contact ground on 121.805, Tomjet 59 Mike.
Golf Papa Papa 2.
Golf Papa Papa, taxi Juliet, Golf, hold Golf 1.
Taxi Juliet to Golf 1, Golf Papa Papa.
Easy 97 Tango, surface wind 070 degrees at 11 knots, runway 08 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 08 right, Easy 97 Tango. Take off. Man flex 68 SRS runway, auto thrust is blue.
All stations on my frequency on the ground with the exception of Golf Papa Papa. Contact Gatwick ground 121.805.
Thank you.
100 knots. E1. Rotate. Positive climb, go. Nav.
Easy 97 Tango, contact London Control 134.125, bye bye.
134.125, Easy 97 Tango, bye.
Skywest 21 Mike Romeo, descent Falcon 80 to be level by Timber, Gatwick landing 08 right.
Plus climb checks.
Descent flight level 080 to level Timber.
AP1.
Seabed 772 Romeo, descent Falcon 80 to be level by Beacon.
London Control, Easy 97 Tango is with you passing 2,700 feet.
Put it back. Easy 97 Tango, London Control, good evening, thank you. Climb now, flight level 80. Correction, climb now, flight level 70.
Climbing flight level 70, Easy 97 Tango. Packs 1 and 2.
Speedbird 921, climb flight level 180.
180.
American 21, no further ATC, monitor advisory, 122.8, bye bye.
1221, American 21, have a good night.
Speedbird 772 Romeo, landing 09 left, turn left, heading 290 degrees.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is switched off. We suggest you keep it fastened whenever you're in your seats. Be careful when you open the lockers, as items may have moved. There are toilets at both ends of the aircraft and they all have smoke detectors. Smoking is not allowed at any time.
London Control, Delta 5 Heavy, passing flight level 2,400. Currently heading toward
Delta 253 Kilo.
Roger, Delta 25 London, good evening, turn right heading 280 degrees, climb flight level 100.
280 degrees and 100 for Delta 5 Heavy.
Easy 17 Kilo Golf, contact the tower 124.230, bye bye.
124.0, thanks for the short Easy 17 Kilo Golf.
No problem.
That's London over to the right hand side here.
And London Control, Speedbird 738, holding Hanley.
Station calling second, please.
Speedbird 738, holding Hanley.
Speedbird 738, hello, Roger.
Element for Victor, holding November 7.
Element for Victor, hello, thank you. November Bravo 10, line up and wait 09 right.
On from wait 09, Element for Victor.
Air Portugal 1357 for higher, contact London 129.430.
129.430, senior Air Portugal.
London Control, good day, Speedbird 1 after stopping 2000 feet on the jet Easyjet departure.
Speedbird 12 Alpha Delta London, good evening, thank you. I can climb now, flight level 100.
Climb 100, thank you, Alpha Delta.
London Control, good evening, Lufthansa 09 Lima Alpha, descending to flight level 80 inbound Wesel.
Lufthansa 09 Alpha, London Control, good evening, thank you. Leave Lambourne heading 265, landing runway 09 left.
Lufthansa 09 Lima Alpha, after Lambourne heading 265 and expect LS 09 left.
Easy 97 Tango, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150 is 97 Tango.
Speedbird 772 Romeo, descend flight level 70.
150 checks.
Speedbird 12 Alpha Delta, climb flight level 180.
180, 1 Alpha Delta.
Speedbird 772 Romeo, turn left heading 270 degrees. Kilometer for Victor, clear for takeoff 09 right, the surface winds 0, correction 100 degrees at 11 knot. Delta 5, resume navigation, direct Compton.
Compton to Delta 5 Heavy.
KLM 89 Tango with you at Sierra 11.
London Control, good day, or good afternoon, sorry. Speedbird 18 Lima is holding point Ostar.
Speedbird 18 Lima, Roger, I will call you back. Break, KLM 89 Tango, if you're on the frequency, line up runway 09 right.
Line up and wait runway 09 right, KLM 89 Tango.
Speedbird 921, actually disregard, break, Delta 5, climb flight level 150.
150 Delta 5.
American 101.
American 101, go ahead.
American 101, hello, behind the departing KLM A319 from the opposite direction, line up and wait, runway 09 right behind.
Behind the departing KLM, runway 9 right, line up and wait, American 101.
Beautiful scenery today though.
Easy 97 Tango, contact London Control now 129.430, goodbye.
London 129.430, Easy 97 Tango, bye.
Hello, good evening, this is Ryanair 12 Bravo Yankee. We are currently inbound towards LDOC and descending to 250.
Ryanair 12 Bravo Yankee London, good evening, squawk 7455, Tel 21 Lima arrival.
Tel 21 Lima arrival and squawk 7455 for Ryanair 12 Bravo Yankee.
London Center, good afternoon, European Europe Atlantic 76 Kilo with your flight of 380 and the different thing.
Euro Atlantic 76 Kilo, London, hello, Vasix 1 Golf arrival, descend flight level 240.
Vasix 1 Golf arrival and descend the flight level 290, Euro Atlantic 76 Kilo.
London, hello, Easy 97 Tango's with you, climbing flight level 150 inbound Southampton.
Easy 97 Tango, London, hello, climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Easy 97 Tango. 350 checks.
Flight level 340
Easy 19 Zulu Golf London, good evening, squawk 5747.
5747.
Interesting that we've got more people on the stream in the afternoon than we have in the evening. I guess it's that time of night. Evening. Feel free to say hello in the chat. So we're still in the London control zone at the minute.
Rhino 12 Bravo Yankee, descend, flight level 240.
240 for Ryanair 12 Bravo Yankee.
Speedbird 921 and 180.
2921 London, hello, climb flight level 290.
Hopefully we have some ATC at Porto, that would be quite nice if we do. Nothing at the moment, but... nice view out over the Isle of Wight there. Wasn't too bad getting out of Gatwick this evening. Sometimes it's a bit of a nightmare getting out, but wasn't too bad, to be honest with you.
Alpine 52 Charlie Tango, descend flight level 160.
Descending 160, 52 Charlie Tango.
And you're Atlantic 70 kilo, you're approaching by the 290, question door, if possible.
So about 60 miles till top of climb.
Kilo, descend flight level 130.
United Delta 130 for 70 kilo.
I'd imagine it would dark the time we...
131.1.
1311, good evening for Speed 91.
Through 1 to Alpha Delta, London, hello, climb flight level 290.
They're approaching 21,000. We'll have a quick look at the company message as well to see what that's all about. Let's have a quick gander at the...
Alpine 5 to Charlie Tango, stop descent flight level 180.
Roger, stopping descent at 180 for 52 Charlie.
So about 2200 hours we should be in London. 2104 at the minute, so 2204 is our arrival time at the moment. I'm hopeful that we can knock a little bit of time off that as well. First time flying to Porto, we've done a couple of firsts today. We've never flown to London City until today.
Lufthansa 447, contact Brussels 131.1.
131.1, Lufthansa 447, bye-bye.
Unfortunately, we'll go out of controlled airspace very shortly. Once we get to Lilna. And then pretty much over the western tip of France, then over the Bay of Biscay, top of Spain, and then tracking west into Portugal. The clouds look stunning today though.
The bird 1 to Alpha Delta, roger.
London Control's not as busy as I anticipated it being, to be honest. Considering how busy Gatwick was.
E19 Zulu Golf, contact London 127.105. Euro Atlantic 76 Kilo, contact London 134.125.
34.125 for Euro Atlantic 76 Kilo.
So we'll have a quick look at the
Ryanair 12 Bravo Yankee, descend flight level 180.
180 for Ryanair 12 Bravo Yankee.
So at 370 we haven't got a little bit of rain, but there's nothing too bad turbulence wise. So we may anticipate a little bit of turbulence with 230. We'll see how things go. I'll show you briefly on the Navigator. So yeah, flight level 230 that we've got selected here, that's turbulence. A little bit of rain as well. A few little patches of turbulence as well. A little bit as we come out of the UK. As we go to our cruise level of 370, it's a fairly nice run. We've got a little bit of rain in places.
Alpha 52 Charlie Tango, nothing further from us. Continue with Unicorn 128.
122.8452 Charlie Tango.
We'll keep an eye on it during our flight. So, approaching 30,000.
Through 1 to Alpha Delta, thanks. Contact Brussels 131.1.
131.1, thanks very much.
So we've flown to Lisbon before, we've never flown to Porto, so it'll make a nice little change to be fair. I don't know if any of you have seen Mark from Flight Sim Hangar. So he's done a good video today on the 9070 XT by AMD. Really good performance by the look of things. However, the XTX is still a better.
1357, nothing further from me. Continue Unicorn 128 after flight.
228 for Portugal.
That'll be us in a second as well, going over to Unicorn. Just getting that tuned in now. As soon as we approach this next waypoint in about 20 miles, we'll get off the control zone. So any minute now we'll be out of his control zone. So we're going to be flying over Alderney and also over Guernsey, Jersey, that sort of area.
Easy97 Tango, what's your final requested level?
Final request level 370, Easy97 Tango.
Easy97 Tango, roger, climb to level 370.
Climbing 370. And then that will be us out of his sector in a second. I'm sure that was right, 370. Yep. Hello guys.
London Control, good evening. Citation Charlie Golf Yankee Zulu with you, flight level 450.
Wow, he's very loud.
Charlie Golf Yankee Zulu, London Control, good evening, roger.
If you need to channel proof, say hello in the chat. Got quite a long flight ahead of us, another God knows how many miles left to run, 726 miles to run. Few people do join in with the
London Control, good evening, speedboat 193 with flight level 410, reaching waypoint, picks up, speedboat 1983.
Super 1983, London Control, roger.
So any second now we'll be over to Unicom, unfortunately.
I got enough time to get a quick drink, speedboat 1983.
There we go. So this is
Easy97 Tango, nothing further, continue with Unicom, have a good flight.
Oh, Unicom, have a good flight, and a good evening to yourself, Easy97 Tango, bye.
Brando 12 Bravo Yankee.
There we go, over to Unicom now, unfortunately. Welcome to the centre peeps. So we're just near to our cruise level. So this is the western tip of France that we can see here. And we're just about to enter the Bay of Biscay. Well, in about 100 miles or so anyway. This is just sort of the tip. Then we sort of come over another slight bay over the English Channel. A little bit murky in places. Clouds are looking lovely though this evening, I must admit. And surprisingly we're hitting a solid 60 FPS. to have a look through this evening then? Anyone doing anything interesting? Well, obviously at the moment we're just on the cruise, so it's not most interested, so feel free to have a chat if you want to pop something in the comments, much appreciated. What do you guys think about graphics cards? So we are considering at the minute whether to upgrade from our 4060, whether to upgrade to the 9070 XT, or whether to upgrade to the other XTX graphics cards, the 7900 XTX, or even the 7800 XT. I'm not too sure. There is rumours that there's going to be a 9070 XTX, and that will be, well, in case that will basically have 32 gigabytes of VRAM, I believe. Still only DDR6 though, not DDR7 like some are using. So I don't know what people's thoughts are on that, whether it's more worthwhile having the extra VRAM or to have a slightly newer card. I'd be very surprised if we can afford the 9070 XTX. I imagine it'd be over the £1,000 mark. I think the £800 7900 XTX will be a bit of a challenge, to be honest. So what I'm thinking of getting is the 7900 XTX from AMD higher. So I have a 4060 at the minute, and I don't know if you've seen any of my videos before, you might not have done. I've been having a lot of issues upon landing when we're running out of VRAM. I think some of that is due to some of the sim configuration, and also just the fact that card's not sufficient for the game. I would like to run slightly better settings, if I'm honest, so I think having a 24GB card is going to be better than having a 16GB card. I have 12GB. When I see what the usage is of someone with a 16GB card, I think if we had a 24GB card, that would probably be more beneficial. But the AMD are in the process of releasing a new 9070 XTX, which has 32GB of VRAM. However, I probably won't need that much, if I'm honest. I think the 24GB card should be sufficient. But I'm going to hold off until the new card comes out, because chances are the other one will come down a little bit more in price. So the 7900 XTX is 24GB. The 9070 XT is only 16GB. There is also a 20GB card that they do. I'm trying to remember what that card is. Let me have a quick look. I can't remember what the 20, because that's also another option potentially. So it's the So it was the 7900 XT, and that has 20GB of DDR6. I must admit, I'm not like amazing with PCs. Like I've got a fairly decent setup, as you've probably seen in the comments. But we've got 64GB of quite fast. I think it's 6200 MHz RAM. Maybe the CPU is getting a little bit outdated now, so we've still got the AMD Ryzen 7 3800X3D or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's the same for me. It's only during landing when I'm experiencing these drops. That's the main thing. However, I'm running another program which might be worth considering. It's freeware, something called Auto FPS. What it does on landing below 1,000 feet, it basically automatically reduces your graphic settings. But if I'm honest, if you're using an airport that's got sort of either standard scenery, you may notice it a bit more. If you've got a payware airport, you don't really notice anything different really with it. But so far so good. I've not flown into any payware airports yet though, to just see if it works. But in the freeware airports, it's certainly a little bit better. Yeah, no, I'm no expert either. To be fair, buddy, I'm not. Like I built this PC myself. Fairly competent at building them. It's just getting the components right and what works well with flight sim, because even though you can buy the most expensive cards sometimes, it's not actually the best. Same with the CPUs, you never actually need to. You can get the most expensive CPU, but it might not actually run flight sim any better than a cheaper CPU. To be fair, the Ryzen 7 3800X3D's been out for ages, and to be fair, it's still fairly beefy. Oh, so you're experiencing that on freeware as well. Okay, so a lot of people in my comments so I did a video a few weeks ago, well maybe last week, about some of the issues I've been having, and basically a lot of people said, oh, it's because you're using scenery that's outdated and it's designed for 2020. Well, all the scenery that I buy, I always double check that it's compatible with 2024. I've never used any 2020 scenery in this. I know you can use it. I used to find a lot of issues with the lighting, it didn't look quite right, so I've always made sure that all the scenery now that's been bought is for the new sim. And to be fair, it's been this PC has been great. In fairness, I upgraded the case about a year ago, and you know, the case made such a difference with temperatures. I was really surprised. So I've got I think they're called the Next H6 Flow. So basically it's quite a big case in fairness, so if you've not got much room it's probably not your ideal. But it's a bit of a strange shape, it's a bit of an offset shape, so it's kind of square but it's not square, it's got a fan unit that runs down the side. But it's also got 12 fans if you include the GPU fans as well. There's 3 of them. Yeah, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 fans that are for cooling. And to be honest, it's very rare that the PC gets something like 50 degrees Celsius, even under a lot of load. And obviously we have a water cooler as well on the CPU. That's one thing, if you ever do buy one of the AMD chips, especially that Ryzen 7 one I've got, it got very hot. I used to have a 2-fan cooler and wasn't sufficient enough, so I needed a 3-fan water cooler. From the Corsair is the one that I've got. Right, let me catch up on the chat a little bit. I don't know, I've got a pretty bad setup at the moment. Oh, so you'll use it on 2020, okay. So there shouldn't be a huge difference though, that's the thing. There is a little bit of difference just because it utilises different architecture, but it shouldn't be massively different. But I definitely recommend having a look at Auto FPS. It certainly worked for me in, I don't know, if you look at a couple of videos, well after this, look at a couple of landing videos I've done today, and that's since having Auto FPS enabled, and it does seem a lot more stable. It may not be hitting 60, but sometimes it's quite stable at 30, which it's quite easily to cope with that. But it's not all about FPS really, it's about how smooth it is. If it looks unsmooth, then there we go. But the clouds are looking lovely tonight, aren't they? Absolutely, it's gorgeous with this sun. Yeah, certainly have a look at Auto FPS. I think you download it through GitHub from memory. There's plenty of videos on how to. You don't even really need to do anything. I just install it. Yeah, no worries, mate. That's fine. Yeah, feel free to flip backs and forwards. Thanks for joining in the chat though, because it certainly makes the flight go a little bit quicker. joining. So hello to the other 2 people that are joined in. Feel free to say hello, what you're all up to this evening. You're just chilling out on a Friday night for a nice long weekend, and if you're in the UK, it's going to be a fairly nice weekend, I think. So the reason why I've done 3 flights today, if you're wondering, because I don't normally do 3 flights in a day. I actually go on holiday tomorrow, only for a couple of days. We're going to Edinburgh for 2 days. I'm camping as well, so even better than that. The weather's looking pretty good, which makes a change. Nothing worse than having a lot of rain camping. So gonna be an early start tomorrow, 4.5 hour drive, 4.5 hour drive up to Edinburgh, pretty much straight up the A1. So I'm sort of located, well, I say east of England, it's not East Midlands area. Doncaster, that direction, not actually in Doncaster, further east than that. Not a million miles from Doncaster Airport, to be fair, about 30 minutes from Doncaster Airport, an hour and a half from East Mids. So yeah, so it should be, that's the reason why I'm doing a little bit more content this evening, just so I've got a few people that watch fire videos quite religiously. Not everyone watches them religiously, but I've got a few people that watch them quite religiously, so I thought we'd make a little bit of content so they've got some content over the weekend. Yeah, exactly, the A1's easy. So yeah, the A1's literally about, I'd say about 15 miles from my house, and then you're on it, and it's, the only thing is it's a bit of a boring drive. I'm not a big lover of actually driving on the A1, to be completely honest with you, but it's not that bad. Yeah, not a huge fan of the A1, but it's easy to get up to Edinburgh. I've also booked another holiday as well in the last few, well, I booked it last week. We're going to the Canary Islands in September, so that'll be another nice week away. The second week away that we've had this year. Sure. It's unusual. Normally I tend to do 1 abroad holiday a year, but only 2 this year. I think half of it is because, for those of you who don't know, I'm currently a university student as well, so although I work, I do also attend uni as well, so that's sometimes why the content's a little bit sporadic, so I probably won't do anything for a week, but that's because I'm busy doing uni work, in fairness. But then when I'm in a period where I'm not at uni, like this last 2 months I've not been at uni, I've got a lot more content out there, which is good. But obviously that's got to be first always. Right, what else? What type of aircraft? So I'm flying with Jet 2, so chances are it'll be a 737-800, or you're asking what type of aircraft is this? So this is an A319. But yeah, I don't know which way you're referring to, my holiday one, or you're referring to this one. So it's the Phoenix A319 that we're in. We do have the 321 and the 320 as well. Yeah, I do want to do some flights to the Canaries. Obviously the only thing that puts me off a little bit is the 4-hour flight there and back. I mean, I'll be honest, I do enjoy a good old flight to the Canary Islands, and the only thing is the scenery is not actually that good there. Like the airport scenery is not very good, and there's not, at the minute, there's no add-on scenery for it. So I do like, I must admit, I do quite like a nice scenic airport on arrival. Oh, so you haven't got the Phoenix then. So the Phoenix is the best purchase you'll ever make, that's all I'm going to say. Unless you're a Boeing fan, then it might not be any good, but it's a really, really good purchase. Although, and the expansion pack's really good, and if you hold off if you've not got it, you hold off a little bit, there's going to be an update So there's going to be. They released it about a month ago, saying that they're doing a Neo version of the 321 and the 320. And they're also doing a CEO version of the 319. And if you order when it all comes out, if you order I think it's the CEO, I think you're going to have to pay for the expansion of. You'll get the Neo free or one. Oh no, you buy the Neo. That's it. You'll buy the Neo expansion, but you'll get the CEO free of charge. And I don't know if you've seen. If you check out their blog on their own website, you'll see the level of detail they've gone to, even to the point of being able to undo the panels underneath the aircraft, be able to refuel, and also if the aircraft isn't level on stand, if you're on a slight tip, the fuel will load as an imbalance because of that tip, which is really cool. They do some really, really cool stuff, and most importantly, they are the first developer to ever make a weather radar. So Flight Sim 2020 and 2024 haven't had a weather radar. The infrastructure is not there from Asobo. However, they've gone a little bit further. Granted, that's probably why we've not heard much from them. And they've developed the weather radar, which will be coming out in the next update for all the aircraft, which is a pretty neat feature. It's certainly very handy as well. It saves me having to look through Navigraph at the weather. I can be able to just look at the weather and see what's going on. So you're an Airbus fan then? There we go. Can't go wrong. You see, I always used to be a Boeing fan. Completely honest, I always used to be a PMDG fan in FSX. And then in 2020 I thought, well actually in FSX I bought the FS Labs A320. And then I was a bit, I really like this. So how demanding is it? It's not, I don't know if I'm completely honest. I wouldn't say it's hugely demanding. Obviously it does have a little bit more complexity than some of the other aircraft. So I would say if you can run the freeware fly-by-wire 320, you'll be able to run this quite very similarly. You may have a couple of extra FPS drops, but nothing drastic. I don't really notice it at all, to be quite honest with you. Depends what system you've got though. What sort of specs have you got? I'll give you a bit of an idea, because I've had the Phoenix for a while on 2020. Yeah, PMDG is Boeing. Yeah, so they do the 737, 787, and 777, I believe. It's the main ones. One thing that you'll be guaranteed with the Phoenix as well, the level of detail and accuracy they go to is better than any other developer in my opinion. In your builds, A350, I have not experienced that. I know there's a lot of people saying it's really good. That had quite a few issues on the launch. It does work, don't get me wrong. The main reason I've not bought it is because I've got a lot of wing products, and obviously that wouldn't be beneficial to use it. So I've not long invested in the MCDU, we've got the EFIS, we've got the FCU, and recently just, as you probably know if you've seen one of the other videos, I bought a new joystick as well. I bought the Wingwing joystick. It is very, very good. If you're debating about buying a Thrustmaster TCA or a Wingwing Ursa Minor, get the Ursa Minor any day of the week. In my opinion, it's so much better and so much smoother. If you so say you're looking at setup tour, if you look back through some of my videos after we're done here, I've done reviews on pretty much all the products that I've got. The only thing I don't think we've done a review on is the Honey Bravo throttle. It's the only thing, and the Satec radio panel, but that's just fairly simplistic. But all the Wingwing stuff's all been reviewed. I am hoping eventually to get a proper sim kit for everything, but it's a work in progress, and I think, to be honest, I'm going to need a new GPU before that's the case. So apparently we're near our halfway point, which is really surprising. 540 miles. No, that can't be right, surely. Oh, probably, yeah, it is about right actually. So it's like about 80? Yeah, 80 miles. Yeah, that'll be about halfway, so. Oh, so this is the first time you've watched the stream? Oh, welcome mate, welcome. The problem is I've got quite a few subscribers now, so I don't actually really know who's subscribed and who's not. So it's good to get hands on with it. I'm quite new to streaming, to be honest. I've only been streaming probably for the last couple of months. So basically, since I started this channel is when I started streaming. Previously, I did do a few videos using the same software, and I thought I paid for Streamlabs, but I don't stream off of it. So I thought, well, I might as well start this as streams. To be honest, it just gives you a bit more interaction as well. Because like I say, these long sort of flights, once you took off, there's not a huge amount to do. It's just monitoring, isn't it, really? Especially on the VATSIM network. It's just a case of monitoring of them. It looks like we have got ATC online as well, at Porto at the minute. Only ground at the minute, but having said that, things do change very, very quickly, so hopefully we'll have an approach frequency. No, go for it, mate. Go for it. If you want to talk as much as you want, it keeps me going. It keeps me going. Yeah, so VATSIM, have you not heard of VATSIM before? So, for those of you who don't know what VATSIM is, so VATSIM depends on what, if you're a PC player, it doesn't work with Xbox unfortunately. Basically, you run an external program, so you run something called vPilot in the background. It's not well, I say it sounds confusing, but it's really not that confusing once you get going. So basically, VATSIM provides you with a full online ATC service. However, and it is done by actual controllers. And basically, what you do is before I look at a flight, I just work out. I have a look on there, see what ATC is online generally. And though I haven't really much today, it's just been unfortunate that there's been quite a bit of ATC on. Basically, you tune into the frequency. So at the minute, we're on Unicom, which is 122.8, which is like a generic channel if there's no ATC on. So I can still talk to other pilots near me if required. However, if London Control was online, for example, let me see if it's online. If it's online. So let me just put the standby 134.125. And what we'll do, we'll tune this and I'll let you listen. Basically, it provides an online service.
119.730.
So there you go, that's just tuned into the VATSIM frequency. Yes, what I was on
all stations on the ground is Heathrow, contact ground, country correction, contact Heathrow director 119.730. I say again, all stations on the ground at Heathrow, contact director.
So IFR clearances, let me just quickly take you to another graph then, if you're not sure an IFR clearance. So basically when you run, so I don't know if you use something called SimBrief, so this is Navigraph charts that I've got here. Basically, when you make a flight plan with SimBrief, and you don't have to basically do much, all you do is you say, I want to go from here, I want to go to there, and this is my call sign. It'll work everything else out for you, all your weights and everything. So in this bit here, this is the important bit. So this is our routing for our flight today. So it'll tell us that we're departing runway 08 right. That is our standard instrument departure, so that's the SID that we put into here. So when we start a flight, so we put that in there, there's an option to basically drag all the information from SimBrief anyway. We'll have to do a video on it, if you're really not that sure, we'll have to do a video on it. Basically, and then for my arrival, so this star, so this is the star that LGIT 3 Tango arrival, standard terminal arrival route, and that tells me I'm going to be using runway 17. So in the sim, if you let's move over here to the view, so we go to destination, arrival, so I'll select that we've got ILS 17, and this is the star that we're using, and the transition that we're using there, which you tend to get from just looking at the map to see how it lines up. That's how I tend to. Wow, it's very gorgeous. Very, very pink. Yeah, so your IFR clearance is basically just all they'll tell you, as long as you've filed the flight plan. I have done some videos on how to get started on VATSIM, to be fair. There's some tutorial videos on there if you want to have a look at them. A lot of people get very scared about VATSIM, but there's nothing to be scared about really. Some controllers can be a little bit harsh and expect you to know things, but as long as they know that you're trying your best and you listen to their instructions, there's nothing really to go wrong. So yeah, it's not a bad. It's a great system though. Once you start using it, you will not want to fly without it. That's one thing I can assure you. But one thing I will say is you probably do need 2 screens. If you don't have 2 screens, it's doable. Don't get me wrong, because you can bring the VATSIM window into flight sim. You can sit there, but I would suggest if having a second screen, it makes things a lot easier with the charts as well. So I've always got, obviously I have Streamlabs open that I'm using to speak to you guys on. Also, you've got the Navigraph charts there. I've got the HC, and I've also got access to the reference handbook if anything should go wrong with the plane. I've not had any of them thankfully for a while. So where are we off to next? Take these left. So let's pop on to rain. Let's see roughly where we are. So we're midway over the Bay of Biscay. So the next point when we're inland is we will be going into Spain. So we've got a bit of a headwind at the minute, which probably is slowing us down a touch. So we should be on the ground at 22:06 apparently. We've still got 487 miles, although it doesn't look that far when you look up here. Still 487 miles. Right, what else are we talking about? Yes, so you can, well, it's not available on the tablet specifically. So what you'll do is when you set up the flight originally, so I use the internet browser, you go into SimBrief, you basically, and that's free of charge as well. The only thing you have to pay for is Navigraph. However, it is owned by Navigraph, so it integrates seamlessly, really. The only thing you'll need to do when you've done that is, see here it says SimBrief username, so you'll look in your account details. You'll have to make an account with them, although it's free. You put your username in there, and that's what drags all the data into the sim on the tablet. So on this pilot brief, I can look at my flight plan here, look. So that is our flight plan for today's flight, which is what I showed you earlier. We also do have checklists. The QRH is available as well if you want it, but I don't personally need it. But yeah, so you can access the flight plan there. You can also find Navigraph. So this is Navigraph at the minute. As you can see, it's got us in the middle of nowhere. So we can use the tablet. I personally don't use it because I use a separate screen, but you can use the tablet. Absolutely no problem at all. And if you want the charts, as long as you've got a Navigraph subscription. However, if you hold off buying the Phoenix, when the update comes out, well, you don't need to hold off, but when the update comes out, it will allow you to use Lido charts, not Navigraph charts, and they are free of charge. So, like, we've got all the briefings here, all the ground charts. Let's have a look. So, all the parking stands. If you're not sure where the parking stands are, you can also draw on the charts. It says, so yeah, you can draw on the chart. So if they give you taxi instructions, you can basically draw it. So where we were earlier, we literally were here, down on Quebec Alpha, down to Lima, Sierra, Portugal, Juliet. You can basically then follow that line as well. The only thing is it doesn't integrate, so you can't actually see your own position from that when you're in one of these charts. However, if you are, I'll show you a good little trick. So if we zoom right into Porto, I'll wait for this to catch up a little bit. Make sure, there you go. So as you can see here, if you zoom right in, you can see, you'll be able to see your position and also all the hold points as well. So yeah, it's pretty neat. To be fair, it works really, really well. So yeah, VATSIM, unfortunately, I wish VATSIM was enabled on the tablet, you know. You can get it, I think you can. Let me just remind myself. Oh no, you can't. You used to be able to basically see all the frequencies that were online. I don't think you can do that anymore, unfortunately. It's okay. Everything seems pretty. Yeah, everything seems pretty scary to start with. Yeah, if you're used to using Lido charts, use it. There's not a huge difference, if I'm honest, in the charts. The only thing I prefer, and I'll show you briefly about Navigraph, is basically. So I can select here. I can say, here we go. This is the online networks. So I can turn them off and turn them on, so I can see exactly all these bits in green are controllers that are all online. So it just makes it a lot easier, and all these other aircraft, other planes, and other people. As you can see, we've got a couple of people there. That's Air Portugal, and it does work really, really well. Also, things like I can, if I'm not sure what weather is at Porto, I can literally click on the weather here, it brings up the weather. You can still do that in the sim with the Phoenix. You can literally request the weather and it will give you a basic weather like that. It won't give you the 80s though. Well, it will give you 80s if things are online, but you only get the 80s if VATSIM's online. It's the same with this really, but you get quite a good amount of detail. You've got all the procedures for each airport as well. And also, if you're not sure what stand you want to use, you can even look at stands as well. So as you can see, I can click on a stand and it'll show me the stands for our arrival. So it's got some really useful features, Navigraph does. It's not just charts, which a lot of people think, oh, it's just charts, but it's not. Granted, primarily it's all charts, and obviously Lido charts are slightly different. I don't know much about Lido charts because I've never used them personally, but hopefully that's. Yeah, Navigraph is quite good. It is expensive, I'm not going to lie. Well, I say it's expensive. It depends how much spare money you have, really. Like, to me, that's not a huge amount. I could spend a lot of that on lots of little things, to be fair, that I don't need to spend the money on. So I can sort of negate the cost of, instead of basically going out having a drink with people more regularly, I will sit here and do some streams. So it depends what you're going to spend your money on. So things about, I can't remember exactly how much it is. It's about £10 a month though, I'm sure it's about £10 a month. Maybe a little bit less than that. Evening Steve, how are you doing mate? Nice to see you back in the channel. Yeah, like I say, if you're used to Lido charts, just stick with Lido charts, to be honest. It's no major issue. Lido charts, prefer Lido charts. Still does the same job at the end of the day, lets you know where you're going. What are you doing this evening then, Steve? I'm guessing you've had your dinner and just chilling out now, have we? I've been a bit naughty tonight, to be fair. I don't really drink, if I'm perfectly honest. It's very, very rare that I drink alcohol. I thought I really fancied a glass of wine tonight, so I treated myself to a glass of red wine. So I am unfortunately over the limit. I suppose that's one of the bonuses of simming rather than actual flying. At least I can have a drink when flying. Now you guys will be judging me, depending on how the performance of the landing goes. In fairness, the two landings I've had today have been pretty good. Oh, are you still experiencing crash to desktops? That is really annoying. I wonder why that is. What does it give you any errors to what's causing? Because I thought with the beta, I thought they'd fix this issue with crash to desktops. I personally haven't ever experienced one. Well, I've not experienced one yet. Yeah, and a glass of red as well. Don't blame me, mate. I think I would be having a bottle of red if it was crashing to desktop all the time. The amount you've had it today. Yeah, we're not doing too badly with our routing anyway, so it's not going to be long before we're back in land again actually. Just got to be a little bit cautious about any turbulence though, because we're at 360, 370. So there's a bit of weather actually. I don't know if I should show you. Yeah, as you can see, there's quite a bit of wet weather, which we may go through actually, because this is at that level as well, 370. Which nothing's really changed. There isn't actually any turbulence at the minute, but then as we come a bit lower, as you can see, that could be a little bit interesting on our approach. We'll see what's going on. One thing we can do though is we can start to look how much runway we are going to be using for our arrival. So runway 17, so we're fresh at our 350 at 5 knots, the wind's okay, landing weight, let's have a look on sim brief, so 53.5. So we can comfortably sit in autobrake low then, and not even a max reverse there. Yeah, so it's obviously quite a long threshold there. So that's that. Next thing we can do though is we can request the ATIS for our destination. And that's your menu, AOC, ATIS, and our arrival Airport Lima, Papa, Romeo. Arrival, send. Receive messages. Oh, what's Easy Ops 1? That's good, we don't need delay codes required. So, Porto information is Echo 1930, RMP approach, runway 35 is in use. So, that is slightly different to what we've got planned. So, we've got runway 17 that's in use, which is interesting. I'm going to have a quick look now just to see if it's the same direction. No, it can't be, because 35 is completely different. The only thing I will say, I wonder if we'll just keep an eye on that for a little bit. It could be, because my plan saying that runway 17 was the best runway to use. It could be that the wind and the weather's going to change, and it's already predicted that. How much time till descent? Should we have a look? No, sorry, I'm getting interrupted. So yeah, we'll have a look if you want. Let me just run through this. So ground clearances open 355. What we'll do is we'll plan that a little bit later on, I think, because I've got a feeling the runway is probably going to switch as per the plan. So if we want to know when our top of descent is, there's a real neat way of doing this. So you press progress and then hit report. And it will say here, so top of descent will be at 20:41 UTC time, so in about 39 minutes then. There you go, 39 minutes till we start our descent. Or in 276 miles, if that helps you. Evening peeps, feel free to say hello if you're joining us now. We're just all having a bit of a general conversation about everything. I might start putting some of the lights on in here actually, so it's getting a little bit on the... If you have wing products as well, when you spin these knobs, the actual backlighting does change on the actual unit itself, which is quite neat. So we'll do the same with this as well. Just see what's going on here. If we've got any. There's a little bit of light in here then. Got the integrated light as well. So it's on the right side. Yeah, do you know like that method? I didn't know that until fairly recently, just playing, to be honest, is what I realised about that. So it's quite a neat feature, to be fair. Oh, the WinWing MCDU is amazing. For the price, you can't really go wrong. So originally I actually had a mini cockpit FCU before all these WinWing products started appearing. I then sold my mini cockpit FCU, and believe it or not, for the price I got for the mini cockpit one, I managed to buy both the FCU and the EFIS together. the same, well, basically I made more of a profit on the mini cockpit. Granted, I'd have to fork out the money initially, so there wasn't much of an overlap. But yeah, the wing MCDU, I've also done a video on that as well, so feel free to check that out. I've done a bit of a review on it. It's had quite a substantial amount of views actually, that video, more than I anticipated, and also about the installation. The main reason what made me switch from the mini cockpit was just because it's just an extra piece of software running, so basically I'd have to have the Sim app Pro, then I'd also have to have the other. So there we go. Wow, that's mental. 98% permanent. What GPU have you got, Steve? I think you told me earlier, but I can't remember. Yeah, even a profit, yeah. And I'll tell you another little cheeky thing that I did as well. So when the MCDU first came out, I tried to get a stand for it. So obviously I used a desk. I wanted a nice stand. So yeah, I wanted a real nice stand to go with it. So they didn't actually have their one in stock. It wasn't in stock at all. However, the 3-pack of it was also in stock. And I was like, interesting. I don't really need 3 because the FCU and everything sits on the desk. The glue dots were provided. So I was a bit to a lost cause. So I thought to myself, actually, do you know what? I'm going to try and sell them on eBay. And for the other 2, I sold them for basically I didn't end up paying for it. I got my money back. So I think in total, it was £40 each or $39.99 each. I think I put them before, but they're only like 20 quid. But that's the beauty of having a new product and there not being many on the market. You can get away with charging them a bit more. And to be fair, I wrote that on the thing that it's overpriced compared to what it is online. It's because of the availability of it. So Steve, right, let's catch up. So you've got a 4070 Ti, so that shouldn't be maxing out. That should not be maxing out, no way. So I run a 4060. So a 4070 Ti should definitely be absolutely fine. There must be something else going on, Steve, because that's not normal. 100% that's not normal. You shouldn't be maxing out at 98%. Obviously you can see at the minute my GPU, it's jumping up and down all the time. Sometimes it's 100%, but then sometimes it's no load at all. Did you say you were running Intel though, Steve? I don't know a great deal about Intel processors. I've always had AMD processors, just because of the money really. And I knew a little bit more about the AMD processors than the Intel ones. But I'd imagine the Intel ones are usually better than AMD, so I'm surprised that you're struggling with it, to be honest. Have you tried uninstalling the SIM and reinstalling it? Or just installing it on the normal version, just to see if that's any better, because it doesn't take as long now to install it and reinstall it. So i7 now, I'd thought that would be pretty. I don't know, like I said, I don't know a great deal about Intels, but I would have thought that would be sufficient though. Way sufficient. Oh, so it's done it ideal. So you should be fine then. Yeah, that's a good option. Yeah, to update the drivers. Have you? That is a good point actually. Have you updated to the latest NVIDIA drivers? Because I updated one. Also, another thing I did was update my BIOS as well. I flashed a new BIOS to it, mainly because I was thinking if I need to get a new CPU, at least it's been done, and it hasn't been done since I bought the motherboard. So no, that's not a bad option actually. Yeah, I would certainly give that a go. If not, just try and do a clean install of Windows. Sometimes I've done that a few times previously when I've been having issues. Done a clean install of Windows and it's been fine. Now, to be fair, it's the only thing I really have on my computer is flight sim stuff. Oh no, I do have Call of Duty on there still. Yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else really on it. I've got my MacBook if I need anything else. So. Hopefully, yeah, it'll be a fairly nice landing. It's going to be a little bit on the dark side though. So again, no, we've got a little bit of light still. Could be a little bit blustery on the way down there. To be fair, Steve, it's just as easy to do with the cleaning and store, mate. What operating system are you using? So I think what's mine? 11 Pro, Windows 11 Pro. So what's the difference between the 319 and the 320? So it's smaller, quite significantly smaller. So it's hard to say unless you've got both together. So the main difference, well, it's just the size, literally, it's just smaller. So basically, it's the same aircraft, the engines are exactly the same, pretty much everything's exactly the same apart from the actual body of the aircraft is shorter. Yeah, so I also do have the 321. I've not struck the tail yet, as far as I'm aware. Doesn't really simulate that though if you do strike it, but there is a margin that basically tells you if you've gone over. Yeah, that is the main difference with the. My voice is very low tonight, is it? That's not good. Let me do some fiddling then. Is that any better or is that worse or how are we doing? Let me just have a quick look at my microphone settings. I did have an issue the other day. My microphone's on 100%. Just trying to work out why it's so bad. Oh, is that any better actually? Could just be because I was sat quite far away. Is that any better at all, Steve? Or is it about the same? I'll just adjust the sound level slightly on the speakers. Ah, cool. Yeah, I think it might be because I was just sat chilling in my chair, so I was a little bit away from the mic, to be fair. So that might be why. So yeah, so the 321 barbecue bacon burger. That sounds very good. So the main sort of difference really is just the length. Everything's pretty much the same. There's a few sort of differences, like the fuel tanks are slightly different with how they feed to each other. The length's bigger. When the new updated version comes out, obviously it's going to be the Neo version, the new engine option version. I've done a few flights in the 321, to be fair. We've done a fair few flights in the 321. It's been, I'll be honest, I'm not very confident flying it though. Oh, it's not a bad news name, I can think of worse. Think of much worse. Yeah, that might be a good option, Steve, just doing a whole new reset, mate. That might just be a good option. I did it not too long ago, actually, when I was having some issues and just did a clean install. I think, to be fair, I think I corrupted some of my scenery. I think that was doing something. Yeah, no worries, mate. Take care. Feel free to catch up on some of the videos. If you've got any questions or anything, you can go to me on Discord, or what other options is there? So you can drop me a message on YouTube, Discord. Do have a TikTok account as well, so you can always drop me a message on there if not. I must admit, I don't tend to reply to the TikTok ones as much. I tend to just upload content there, really. But yeah, so feel free if you've got any questions or anything you want to see, if there's any video like tutorials that you need, just let me know and I'm sure we can sort something. So I'll be back in about 30 seconds or so. I'm just going to get a drink. and we'll see how things go from here. So it's still at a cruise level at the minute. As far as the ground is still online, yes they are. So yeah, I'll let you enjoy some form of view. Hello guys, back with you. Hello Gareth, good evening. How are you, mate? You doing well? Thought you was going down to the pub, or was that plan changed slightly? So the A319 is brilliant. That's what I fly most of the time. Yeah, same here, to be honest, Steve. I don't know what it is about it. I just love flying it. I actually prefer it to the 320, and I don't know why. It's just a really nice plane to fly. Just on the train home. Ah, cool stuff. Gosh, if I could get the train home... Well, we can get the train home. It's just a bit of a nightmare. So, from my house to the train station, it's about a good 40-minute walk. It's about 20 minutes on the train to, like, the nearest city, really. The only problem is, the last train's at, like, 11 o'clock. So, if you go for a night out, it's pretty useless. And then if you want a taxi, well... You're talking like 50, 60 quid. You're better off actually having an all-nighter, to be honest, and getting the first train back at 5 in the morning. Save yourself about 40 quid. So, let's have a quick gander at ATIS information. Just reading a quick text message. So the flight's not going too bad. It was a quite quick to get out of Gatwick. You've got quite a lot of videos to catch up on there from today, Gareth. Not gonna lie. Oh, that's not bad. 5 minutes from the train station. That's pretty good. That's England for you, though, isn't it? Is it out already? No, surely not. I would have seen the... I've not even had an email about it. When did it come out? I looked this morning. And I didn't see it. That'd have been a bit of a bummer if I've missed that. I'm going to have a look now you've said that. Because I literally looked. Oh, you're right. 26 quid though. That's extortionate. I don't think I've spent much on anything so far. Yeah, it is out. You're right, Gareth. It is out. You're more switched on this stuff than me. And I've been keeping an eye on that as well. Because I get emails to mini builds all the time, and normally I see the email saying so and so's out, but it's not come out yet. So there we go. Yeah, I do agree with you, Steve. I do love the 390. I don't know what there is about it. It just, I don't know. It just feels nice to fly. I think because it's quite small as well. Didn't take long to load your passengers on either. Yeah, so, wow, this is the thing, Gareth. I'm not too sure what's causing the stutters. So, what I've used auto FPS today, and it's not stuttered once yet. You'll notice that when I land into London City, the scenery does drop though, but that's probably auto FPS doing that. And also, I've never flown there before. I'm going to try and do a flight, I think, well, it's not tomorrow, is it? It's probably Monday. I'm going to try and do another landing up there, just see what it's like, see if it is still a stuttering. This will be a good test though, to be fair, because although it's not payware scenery I've got, I do have some add-on scenery from Porto that's just off Flight Sim TO. So it'll be interesting to see if this starts lagging on the way down. But the Liverpool one was lovely actually, apart from the plane spawning in front of me. I don't know, I think I might have sworn on that actually. Oh no, yeah, I definitely did swear on that. Because the guy was really annoying me. I'm sure he was doing it to annoy me. But the problem is I couldn't catch it quick enough to see what the VATSIM ID was. Was it a 747? Was it an A380? I wasn't too sure what it was. Yeah, but it was onto the runway. But then, did you notice though, as I pulled... Oh, you've not watched the full video, have you yet? When you... I was kind of spoiling a little bit for you, but when I pulled off, it's then sat in front of me on the taxiway. Then I turned left on the taxiway again. Then it was in front of me again. And then I went parked at the gate, and then it was spawning on top of me. So I think someone was either watching my stream and trying to annoy me, which did succeed very easily, or someone's just messing about. Probably the same person that was doing the farting noises as well on VATSIM. Probably the same person. Yeah, it was a little bit annoying just because I was on the street. I wouldn't be normally so bothered. I was actually considering doing a go around as soon as I saw that plane on the runway, but I thought, you know what, I'm not even going to acknowledge it. But it did cross my mind. So, right, let's get some information in for our landing, please. Let's just quickly request a new 80s just to see if the runway has switched yet. I've got a feeling the runway might have switched already. So, LPPR is Lisbon. Arrival, send, receive messages. Oh, we've got tower online now as well. That's a bonus. Assuming I don't have area control, but there we go. Long left to landing. 10 o'clock UK time, roughly. It's about half hour. We'll be descending at 41, I think it said it was. It's not much longer though, Gareth. Depends what you're up to, mate. If you're busy, obviously you've got to do what you've got to do. LS, right. Runway use is 17, transition on 55. Right, let's keep an eye on this. 1 to 1. Yeah, so runway 17 is in use, so there you go. That just shows you some brief does work then. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to just refresh the arrival weather here. And then I'll just quickly put the performance figures in. So QNH 1010, temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Wind is... Where's the wind? Am I being blind? Wind is variable at 2 knots. That's helpful. Transition level is 5.5. 055. We'll just have a quick look now at our. What's the minimums? What's the badger? Maybe it's ILS 3 front. Because there's 129 and 124. 129 approach, 124 London. So we're going to be making a right turn in a second. To be fair, I could have done a bit of a short really. So about 120 miles till we start descent now. So not long at all really. It's getting very dark though, I must admit. Let's go, we'll be flying towards the light a little bit more in a minute. I suppose it is getting dark over here as well, so we're nearer to the equator, so we can't be much further off. Have you done many flights then, Steve, in the 319? Have you done quite a few flights in it? I find that, I don't know what it is with the 319, I just don't know, I just find it quite responsive as well. Whereas the 321, I always find it's really difficult to slow down because of how big it is. And plus taxiing, it's a bit of a nightmare, whereas the 319 is a bit, it's just a really fun plane to fly with, to be honest. You certainly do know the difference in the weight as well. So making this right turn. Have a look out of it. Why is the cabin light so bright? Have you seen that? The cabin lights are more bright. Should we turn them down? My tablet's quite bright as well. Let's sort that out. Oh, that's a little bit better. That's a lot better. Hi Miles, mate, how are you doing? As you probably saw, I did a flight into London City earlier. It was actually a really nice flight, I really enjoyed it. I'll definitely be flying back there again. It'd be nice if I had a bit of add-on scenery though, because I noticed the taxiways and things aren't quite right there, but I'm sure there's going to be some freeware somewhere for it. But no, I had a really nice flight into London City. We didn't do the onward flight to Germany though, unfortunately. Did consider it, but I thought we'll do a nice flight to Portugal, which is obviously where we're off to at the minute, to Porto. Ah, cool, Steve. You can check back on YouTube later, mate. Check back on YouTube later. I've recorded it. There is a short clip as well of the landing if you just want to watch the landing. That's fair dues. Yeah, there is the video of it from Liverpool across. So what's Gareth up to now this evening? Are you going to carry on watching the stream, or have you got other things to do? Like I say, I go away tomorrow, so there's not going to be much content until Monday. Ah, fair enough, mate. You just gone out on your own tonight then, Gareth, or gone out with your mister? Oh, team building day out. Sounds good. Was there alcohol involved in your team building or not? Meeting, escape rooms and dinner and some drinks. That sounds like an awesome day. I've done an escape room once, and it wasn't planned. It was quite funny. Well, I say once. I've done a couple of escape rooms actually. The last one I did with work. It was with a load of people from work. Anyway, it started off, we were just going out for a few drinks. Anyway, I don't drink very often, as I said earlier. We were in this bar, and I was really drunk by this point. someone says, oh, let's do some escape rooms. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Well, I didn't realise how much brain power you need for an escape room. All I can say is I'm pleased a couple of other people weren't quite as drunk as me and were quite a lot more switched on than me. It was good fun though, I did enjoy it, I did really enjoy it. But oh my lord, it was quite a scary one as well. They didn't tell me it was a scary one either until people started appearing and bashing at things. And yeah, it scared the life out of me, if I'm honest. But no, it was really good, I did really enjoy it. Oh, Jack the Ripper. Ah, cool stuff. Mine was something like the Cabin in the Woods, I think it was called. And it was quite good. Like, don't be wrong, it was really good. I'm a bit of a jumpy person anyway. Right then. So what to be at 19,200. By Elgix. I presume that's how you pronounce it. No, it's pretty good. Yeah, we'll set for Edinburgh. So, have you heard of Tent Box? So that's, although I was saying going camping, we have a tent box on our car. So we're going camping is the plan. So we're going for 3 days. We leave tomorrow morning for about 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought you would have done, to be fair. So yeah, we bought one about 2 years ago, and we've done quite a few trips in it now. Mostly Scotland actually. Where did we go last year? We went to Loch Lomond last year. We went to Scarborough. Where did we went to Yorkshire Dales recently. That was a kind of a bit of a test for Edinburgh really, because we'd not been out in it like it was the first time of the year, so that was a bit of a test. So yeah, I packed my car this morning, so it's all done and dusted, all ready to go. Surprisingly, it all fits in the boot, which I didn't think it would fit in the boot, if I'm honest, but it does in a minute. So just need to go shopping in the morning, just get a few bits. But other than that, we're all set. But yeah, have we got anything planned? What are we doing? So tomorrow we're just going for a nice walk along so we're right by the sea. So we're just going to go for a nice long walk along the seafront. And then we are, on Sunday, we're going into Edinburgh. We're going to jump on the train. There's a train station just up the road. Jump on the train, it's like £3 into Edinburgh itself. Certainly cheaper than car parking and messing about. And we're going to just have a wander around Edinburgh. I've been about 3 years ago, so it's not long ago since I last been. It was my other half's birthday the other day, so we're going out for a meal somewhere. Not decided where yet, but going out for a meal somewhere. Yeah, just we've not really planned anything in Edinburgh to do. We're just going to have a wander, to be honest. I do need some new trainers though. Desperately need some new trainers. I think that would be on the plan. Yeah, Scotland is lovely, Steve. To be fair, mate, if I didn't have work where I had work, I would quite happily work in Scotland. Especially like Highlands of Scotland. I love the Highlands. I spent 2 weeks up there about 4 years ago. Oh my lord, it's like a different world up there. It really is. The only bad side is if you fancy a late night McDonald's, that's not an option. But I can imagine you save a lot of money. But it's just like the hour and a half drive to the shop, like to a decent shop and stuff. That's the only downside I would say to living up there. Plan going forward is to, well, we are talking about maybe once my car comes up for renewal, getting rid of my car, because we've got 2 cars. I don't really need 2 cars realistically. We only really need 1 car because I can walk to work quite easily. It's nice. I would still need another vehicle, but we're talking about maybe getting a Transit Custom and taking the tent box with it, and then having the ability to have kitchen and stuff downstairs. So, and also a bed. In the Transit Custom, just to see if that's a better option. Ideally, eventually I do want a proper camper van though, but they're quite expensive as you can imagine. Especially while I'm a student, that's definitely not going to happen. But once I've finished my course and everything with work, I should hopefully be able to afford something along them lines. But yeah, that's my onward plan anyway. There's me talking about all sorts of stuff here, like related to flights and So we're about 50 miles from the top of the descent. To be honest, we could actually start a little bit earlier. We'll just tune tower frequency as well. Let's get that one tuned in ready. So 18005. 18005. 005. What a frequency was. 005. There we go. It's very low. Yeah, they are crazy prices. I don't know what they're like your way, Gareth, but over here they're bloody extortionate, mate. Absolutely extortionate. It's since COVID. Since COVID, everything's gone up so much. And they're like, to be honest, like you can get a half decent van, to be honest, and could be converted yourself cheaper. You generally could just buy a van and convert it cheaper. You probably wouldn't be able to do it to the same standard, granted. There is a camper van that I really like, made by a company called Swift. It's called the Trekker XL. It's not particularly big, but it's like £65,000 or something stupid like that. But it only came out last year, so hopefully in a few years' time it'll be a bit cheaper, and hopefully no one's done many miles on one. But even so, they still hold the price very well. Like one of my friends at work, he had I think it was like a 2011 camper van, and he got the same price that he paid for it virtually when it was new. So he pretty much didn't lose any money on it at all, and he'd had it like 10 years. It just shows you how much prices have gone up. Anyway, there's enough about camper vans. We've got all the flight information in. We need to be at flight 190 by the waypoint after. We'll put 19,000 in and we'll just go managed and just see. Just like do a nice steady descent then. We'll enable constraints as well. Oh, it says 11,000 there. Hang on, that's different to what I can see on it. The waypoint after it's 11,000. We're reduced to 11. Yeah, I'd imagine it would be a similar price, to be fair, Gareth. I wouldn't think there'd be a lot in it, mate. So hopefully it should be fairly nice. We'll have a quick look at the weather as well, just to see if there's any changes with that. Looks a little bit wet in places, but other than that, it all looks okay. It's looking nice and scenic out here tonight, though. A few clouds about. The clouds on this sim look so good. I know I keep going on and on about the clouds, but they're really nice. So, have you got any plans this weekend, Gareth? Steve, you got any plans this weekend? Or just chilling out ready for the next week of work? I'm quite fortunate, Gareth, to be fair. I'm not actually at work until, when is it? I think next Friday I'm back at work. Ah, that's alright then. When you say revision, I'm guessing is it for Spanish lessons revision, or what's it for? How do I make my flight simulator so smooth? Well, Miles, it's a bit of a sore subject that at the minute. It's not been very smooth till today. Today's been the smoothest day I've had in this sim ever, I think. I'm not too sure what I've done to make it so smooth. It could be the auto FPS. It could just be I've reduced some of my settings down a bit more. or it could just be that I've not flown anywhere that's got payware airports. And where you're planning on flying, Gareth, that's the other thing. I think you should do a flight from Dublin or Belfast to London City. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a little bit challenging. Well, I say it's challenging, it's not really, you just got to be careful at the top of the buildings, but you'll really, really enjoy it. I didn't realise how enjoyable mine was, to be honest, until I did it today. Yeah, it is extremely temperamental at the minute. Until we get a stable build out of it, I think until this next sim update, I think it's nice to be a little bit more stable. I do think Phoenix will give us a little bit more in terms of performance as well. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan, Gareth, to be fair. You have to let me know how you get on. See how many buildings you click. In fairness, there was ATC online as well earlier, which surprised me. I don't think there'd be ATC online. There wasn't Tower online, but the area control was online, so that was quite nice. Yeah, please don't damage the shard. That might cause a few problems. See, I don't actually have any like add-on scenery for London either. I know you can get. I do own it, the Orbix London landmark pack, whatever. But to be honest, even as standard, it was pretty good. I was quite impressed, to be honest. Yeah, I agree with you, Gareth. I wish they'd released the bloody Neo. I know exactly what's going to happen. They'll release it as soon as I go back to uni in a few weeks. That's exactly what will happen, then I won't get any chance to fly it. Yeah, no worries, Gareth, mate. Take care. We'll see you. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do a group flight. We need to do another flight anyway at some point. If you've got any days next week when you've got any time, I know it's difficult with work and stuff, but you might be able to maybe sneak a day in next week. That'd be pretty good. I really enjoyed the flight the other day, apart from all the studs that we had. But no, I really enjoyed our flight the other day. It was good. And that goes for anyone else. If anyone else wants to join in, I'll do a group flight. Feel free. Just drop us a message. Is that you off as well then, Miles? Or are you staying with us for a bit? Yeah, definitely more the merrier. I don't know what it is, even though like you're not even flying with each other, it still feels quite good. Even though you just sat on the stand next to each other. And I did nearly reverse into you, but there we go, or push into you, should I say. But I think that half of that was a little bit of your tug driver's fault, because he decided to pull you forward after. I've never known them to pull forward after. It's not very often they do that. It's probably because it knew I was going to taxi behind, that's why I pushed behind me. Oh, do you know, it'd be really nice, Mars, imagine if GSX wasn't messed, to be fair. Yeah, it'd be nice if they bring some form of shared cockpit out. Yeah, feel free to join the Discord, Miles. Link, if you go onto my main YouTube page, I've updated the link. Someone said the other day the link didn't work, so I've refreshed the link. Apparently it expires after so often, so there you go, it works again. Yeah, definitely. I don't mind people joining the Discord at all. Drop me a DM on there as well. So go onto YouTube, Miles. Just onto the main page. Should look at the About Me page. To be fair, I'll tell you what, I could just save you a job, shall I? One more Steam's open. In 2 minutes, I'll just put it in the chat. So I know it's definitely in there because I updated the link literally like yesterday. Right, there you go, Discord. Web browser. There you go. That thinks I'll be at 11,000. Say that stuff. Thinking that would be right. Yeah, a bit of a steep descent now, unfortunately. Yeah, me and Gavin have done 2 flights together, I think, now. It was quite good, to be fair. Like I say, if they had shared cockpit, it would be awesome. I would much prefer shared cockpit. So then, what about low? We'll leave the spoilers and everything as they are at the minute. Got 103 miles left to run. Yeah, I don't tend to put much in their miles, to be fair, into Discord. But if you want to direct message me, you can that way. But I do tend to put like the upcoming streams and stuff in there. But to be honest, most people tend to pick them up from YouTube anyway. If you hit the notification bell, it'll pop up on your phone. So, I'm starting our descent very shortly. Just gonna have a good look, see what information Foxtrot. Like I say, there will be a little bit of ATC online, so we'll have tower and ground online. But like I say, I've never flown here before, so it could be a bit of an interesting one. I'm going to make the assumption, yeah, we need to turn off to the left-hand side after landing. We'll try and leave it Delta, I think. And then we'll see what stand they want us at. Looks like a fairly straightforward airport, though. It's been nice doing some daytime flights, to be honest. Not that many daytime flights until today, and now obviously we got the little bit of a night flight this evening. I've just got your join request, mate. Let's have a look. So there's no other aircraft in front of us at the moment. So there's a bonus. Well, there's one on final approach. I'll tell a lie, there is a Ryanair aircraft in front of us. But he'll be on the ground a little bit earlier than us. We'll pop the seatbelt signs on shortly when we get to around 60 miles. So 22:09 local time or 21:09 UTC time will be on the ground. I'm just hoping it's not stuttery on landing. Sometimes on nights it's more stuttery. It does tend to struggle a little bit more on nights, I think because of the shaders and stuff. Yeah, you have joined, Miles. I've just seen it. Just seen it on my Discord, mate. It's just popped up on my phone. So yeah, you're all joined. Yeah, that's the one, mate. You're on it. Don't worry. Like I said, I don't tend to post too much on there. Just upcoming live streams, really. But there is options in there as well. If you're not sure about something, you also have a chat option as well in there. There's general chat and also a voice chat as well. And Steve's also joined the server as well. Hello, Steve. God knows what these animations are though. There you go. Welcome to it. I'm hoping to get a few more people on there really. Like I said, I don't post a huge amount on there, so if people don't join it, I'm not that bothered. I'd sooner join YouTube than join that. If you have any questions or whatever, we can soon sort it out. So it wants me at 110 by here, which will roughly be in the right place. Quite level 80 by the next waypoint. We'll start slowing our rate of descent in a second. I was just having a chat with Gareth as well, just to see, just messaged me saying about the Unibuilds Gatwick. I am going to probably buy it eventually. I might not buy it straight away though, just in case there's any major issues with it. Because it's a lot of money, £21 for just one airport. But it's because it's new. Obviously I can see my speed's increasing to 280. We'll try and reduce that in a minute. Once we get to this next waypoint, which is here, I'll then reduce. So seatbelt signs are going to go on. So 3,220 feet for one of these. So it's time to concentrate now.
You can no longer use the toilet. Please look at the safety card in your seat pockets. It contains important safety information. In an emergency,
Approaching 10,000 feet.
We'll be asking you to place recyclable waste in a separate bag as we collect rubbish from you. Please don't leave any rubbish in your seat pockets or on the floor.
Landing lights on. So is the speed restriction of ASIP 230 knots, which will reduce in a second. So then, we need to put 4,000 at PR612. What we'll do once we reach 80, we'll reduce speed back to 230 knots. This is Porto City in front of us. Are you still with us, Steve, or you got other things to be doing? So, approaching Altstar. This will be a good opportunity to reduce our speed back a little bit. Oh, it's still here, mate. Fair play. Must be Miles that's disappeared then. I know certainly someone's disappeared. So, approaching 8,000. Lovely views into Porto though. Lovely, lovely views. I'd like to do this flight in the day as well, to be honest. Everything looks so different at night versus day. So, we'll activate the landing system as well. Everything's already ILS-17. So I'm going to reduce speed back now 230 knots. According to the chart, that is the restriction. Absolutely lovely out here, look. So now the speed's back to 230, we'll descend 4,000. 900 feet a minute, wonderful. Go over the tower frequency shortly. So local QNH is 1010. Approach checklist bar 1010. Seatbelt on, minimums of 351. Water brake low, engine mode selector is normal. Looking pretty stunning. So we're gonna 3,300. There we go, that's fine. So VS minus 700. We'll reduce the speed back further in a moment. Lovely views, lovely views. There's no high terrain, so we'll get rid of the terrain on nav data. So we'll be over to tower frequency in a second. Few aircraft on the ground. Speed back to 210. Transport is armed. So then 4,000, so 3,200 feet. Porto traffic, Easy 97 Tango. It's turning base for runway ILS 17. Speed back to 200 knots. We will now contact tower. We'll just tune ground frequency 121040. Approach armed AP1, AP2. Speed back 160 knots. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. Clock star. Porto Tower, Easy 97 Tango is established on the LS, runway 17.
Easy 97 Tango, Porto Tower, boa tarde. Runway 35 in use. Are you able for RNAV approach on runway 35?
Yes, we are unable for an RNAV 35, Easy 97 Tango. So...
97 Tango, Roger. Once established on the RNAV runway 35, contact me.
Yep, no worries, will do. So, that's...
Easy 97 Tango, no traffic reported.
Roger, no traffic departed, Easy 97 Tango. So, the runways have changed again, which is fine, we can still do that. So, what we need to do is now need to select the RNAV, runway 35, by final transition. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn left now, and we'll just compute that. That's a bit of a bummer, that's not what we anticipated, so let's jump down here a moment. That just keeps us off the glide slope. RNAV runway 35. Just have a quick look to see what that's doing with us. So we'll go no via. So we're going to turn on to the left hand side. Just need to have a look at all our performance data as well now then. So I need to change the barrow for the RMP approach. So 3,480 barrow. We'll increase speed, we'll retract some of the flaps. So here's the airport over to the right hand side. What we're going to do is we're going to basically fly parallel to the airport. So apologies about that, guys. I checked the ATIS not too long ago, but it just shows you how quickly the runways can change here. The weather's obviously changed a little bit. So in that case, we need to run another ATIS whilst that's all happening. We'll stay at 3,200 feet for now. So let's request an ATIS for here. Just shows you how much things can change on VATSIM. No ATIS available, wonderful. So what we'll do is we'll just request it manually. So RMP approach runway 35 in use, transition level is 55. Yep, so that's the same. Wind is 0 degrees at 0 knots, so winds are calm. And information hotel, wonderful. So, as you can see, we're tracking now, that's Porto Airport. So we're going to fly ahead in a 160 and then we'll make another right turn across. At least we get to see a little bit more of the city there. Certainly something a little bit different. Hi buddy. So a bit of an issue. So yeah, we were meant to be arriving. They then told me that the other runways in use, which is a little bit annoying. But we'll see how things go. It's not the end of the world. So we'll reduce our altitude to 3,000 feet. Just double check the QNH is still the same, 1010. So I say conflicting runway information. So basically the wind's changed by the look of it. So when we looked earlier on, it was runway 17, and then since they switched to runway 35. So we've just had to contact the tower, and then they've told me that we've changed to runway 35. So he's put us on the RMP approach or RNAV approach for 35. So. Thankfully there's not much traffic about here today, so it's no major issue. Basically we're going to fly out to this next waypoint here, Papa Romeo 544. Once we're sort of level with that, we'll make a right turn to intercept that. Got some lovely views there with Porto. There's a nice bridge there by the look of it.
2,500.
Some form of stadium. So we're getting a bit of a city tour as well whilst we're at it. So we will select flaps 1. Flaps 1 all sorted. My landing lights are getting in the way a little bit now. So glide slope's sort of coming in now, but we will hold off for the minute. It's a little bit murky though. So we'll do direct Papa 41. Right, reduce speed about 180 knots. Flaps 2. $160 knots. Yeah, to be fair, Microsoft's scenery is not actually that bad. So 2,200, gear down. Just finish. So approach checklist again. Barrow F 1010, seatbelt on, minimum 480. Minimum engine mode selector is normal and auto brake is low. So F-lock star. Flaps 3. About 10 miles to the threshold. Porto Tower, Easy 97 Tango is established on the RNAV approach from runway 35.
Easy 97 Tango, winds calm, runway 35, clear to land.
Good land 35 East 97 Tango. Patrol. So it's a little bit hazy at the minute. We've got the runway just about in sight. Quite some star. I don't know how they work massively, if I'm honest. I've got very, very minimal experience with Discord. So we'll disconnect in a second. Just wait for the landing checklist. So let's go around altitude 6,000 feet.
2,000.
So landing checklist, go around altitude 6,000 feet, cabin crew advised, eco memo landing no blue. Man your flights. Minimum approach speed.
Above. 300. Minimum.
Continue.
200. 100.
Light slow.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Transponders. Reverse is green. Decel, brake low. $60 knots. Manual braking.
Seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is switched off. Electronic devices can now be used. Have a look around you to make sure you take everything with you. Be careful when you open...
Easy 97 Tango, welcome to Porto. Continue via Echo and contact ground 121.040.
Continue via Echo and then contact ground 121.040. Easy 97 Tango.
Welcoming you on board.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Porto Tower Alpine. Alpine 85, Romeo Papa. On.
So then we'll just.
Porto ground, good evening, Portugal 316.
After landing checklist, radar predicted wind shear system is off. After landing complete. Oh, hello, what's going on there?
On board, request clearance to Jersey.
Does sometimes happen that if you look down?
316, hello, welcome. Cancel that. Episode 316, information hotel, QNH 1010. Break, you are cleared to Chelsea via the room 9 Echo departure. Climb flight level 100, squawk code 1143.
Clear to Jersey via 209 Echo departure. QNH 1010 and climb flight level 100, squawk 1143, Portugal 316.
316, feedback is correct, report ready.
Porto ground, good evening, Easy 97 Tango is with you on Echo 3.
Easy 97 Tango, hello, welcome to Porto. Taxi to gate Sierra 53 by Echo and Sierra 5.
Sierra 53 via Echo and Sierra 5, Easy 97 Tango. So Sierra 53 want via Sierra 5. There we go, that's fine. Right, we'll get GSX all booted up. Sierra 53. Yeah, of course you can DM me, that's absolutely fine. Apologies, I didn't really get a chance to look at it on London. Yeah, of course you can, that's not a problem whatsoever. Yeah, wasn't a bad landing actually, I was quite impressed with that considering how the approach had to change it last minute. It was quite alright to be honest. Looks like we've got another aircraft inbound as well. Just increase our taxi speed a touch. So continue down here, we want to, when it breaks off, want to stay on the left hand side. It's quite a big stand we've got. Sierra 53 is a fair big stand. So, round to the left side. Made a bit of a ramp there.
Episode 316.
Go ahead, Portugal 316.
Porto ground will be closing.
Yeah, well.
The report ready to Porto Tower on 118.005. Goodbye.
When ready, contact Tower 118.005. Obrigado, boa noite. Até a próxima. Portugal 316.
Até a próxima, boa noite.
A bit bumpy in places. So stamp 553 is up here. 553 just here, look. There we go. So let's make a left turn now. This flight stick makes a big difference, to be fair, in the in everything, to be quite honest with you. It's getting me to come very close. Just do an engine one off.
The boarding requested.
Power connected. AP, you can go on. Parking checklist, parking brake or chocks. Parking brake is set. Engines off, wing lights are also off. And fuel pumps are off. That's parking checklist complete. So guys, thank you very much for joining us on this very long, well I say very long flight, 2.5 hour flight into Porto Airport. We had a nice view over the city. It was quite a nice flight actually. Not a bad little flight at all. Not a bad landing either. Thank you for joining us, all
bus is coming.
3 or 4 of you. Yeah, feel free to drop me a message about Discord, because I'm not a huge... I know a little bit about it. I don't know much about it. So yeah, if you can certainly get make it more user friendly, that's absolutely fine. I'm up for things like that. Thank you very much for joining us, Steve, tonight. I'm not sure if Miles is still here. Thank you for joining us as well. And obviously, thanks to Gareth for watching. I know he'll probably be watching after the video is all saved and live. But no, thank you all of you for your support. We're going to be doing a flight probably on Monday evening. It's probably going to be the next flight. If not, it'll be Tuesday. I'm not sure exactly when it will be, but I'll make sure it's all posted nice and early so you can see. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you hopefully in another video. If you're not already subscribed, feel free to like, comment and subscribe to us, and hit the notification bell for some notifications. So passengers are just getting off now, and then we can shut down the aircraft. So yeah, we'll see you hopefully in another video. Like I say, if you're fairly new to flight sim, there's quite a few other videos I've done, a few tutorials. If you want some product reviews, we've done a few product reviews as well. Yeah, so we'll see you next week, mate. Yeah, take care, Steve, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you picked up some tips. And even better, even though we got add-on scenery, we didn't drop our FPS on landing. Well, I didn't really notice much of a drop on landing, and it wasn't a bad landing either, to be honest. So hopefully that is the trick. We'll find out when we go to Edinburgh next week if it stutters or not. If it doesn't stutter, then we might have fixed the problem, which I hope we have fixed it. And barbecue bacon burger, or whatever your real name is. No, you weren't too talkative at all. It's been a pleasure having you on the stream, mate. Feel free to join us again at any time. So, and thanks for watching.